So see, now we are studying comparators. Okay, in the previous class we have studied regarding the mechanical comparators. Okay, so the mechanical comparators, in that you have studied Johnson's and mechanical Reed comparators, sigma comparators in the yesterday's class. Okay, we have seen all the constructions and features. If you are having any doubts, so tell me, I will repeat once again that same topics. Okay, now we'll today in this class we'll go see with an electrical comparator, sorry, pneumatic comparators and optical comparators. Okay, so these two comparators are there, in which the different types are there, that also we are going to see today. Okay, and next in the afternoon class we'll go with the electrical comparators. Okay, so today, in spite of the MCW, I will take the triple M in the two classes. The last concept of an electrical comparator is there. So today we'll wind up the model number 2. Okay. So in the pneumatic comparators, so see, in all 2-3 classes when the comparator concept was started, I would told you that the comparators are being used for comparing the components of the product which is manufactured in the mass production with the standard components. Okay, now we will see the, this is what the basic work of that comparators. Now we will see the pneumatic comparators, how it works, various parts of the pneumatic comparators, working, applications, and the advantage and some disadvantage of this type of pneumatic comparators. Now you can see over here there is an animated 3D diagram is there. Can you see the diagram on your screen? Diagram is visual. Okay, so this is what the basic construction of the pneumatic comparators, which is used in the industries for checking the components. Now you can see over here, just in the examination you have to draw an 2D diagram, that will also I will show you, but for your knowledge just I have brought this 3D diagram for you all. Okay, now you can see over here, this is what the air compressor is there. Okay, from where the high pressure air is been compressed, okay, or supplied. Okay, then over here you can see this is a filter in which the air coming from the compressor with a high pressure, that is been filtered. So which are the things to be filtered? Some of the particles which are moving with the air, that has been removed out, as well as the moisture, water particles of the air has been filtered. Only the fresh and clean air is been supplied. Okay, now further you can see in this construction, this is the water tank. This is a water tank in which the water is there. At the side you can see over here there is a tube is given, that is called as a manometer tube. In that manometer tube the water level is been identified. Okay, now you can see over here a small orifice is there. The orifice is nothing but a small gap chamber is there, from where the frequent, or not, you can say the frequent exact amount of the air is been supplied, and this connection is given to a flexible tube. Just a tube, you are having the gas tube, cylindrical tube in your homes, you have seen the LPG gas cylinder to the oven or the burner is been flexible. Okay, like that only this is the flexible, so that the operator can easily hold the gauge head and inserted into the workpiece. Okay, and this is what the gauge head is there, which is been inserted into the workpiece. So this is what the simple construction is there. Okay, of the pneumatic air compressor. Now we will go to the working of a pneumatic air compressor. Okay, now you can see over here in this, this is what the workpiece is there. In this workpiece, this is a cut section they have shown. Okay, that the middle of the workpiece has been cut, and you can, so that you can easily understand, this pneumatic head is been inserted in this workpiece. Okay, this is what the actual setup is there. You can see over here the actual setup is there, in which you can see this is a compressor is there. Over here this is a compressor is there. Okay, and over here there is a pump which delivered the high pressure air, and over here there is an air filter. This is called as an air filter. one more control valve is been given for controlling the pressure of an air, and you can see over here this is a head gauge, okay, which is inserted into the workpiece. Okay, so these are the different types of head gauge which are been attached to this pneumatic controller, and this is what the flexible pipe is there. So this is what the actual diagram is there. Now we will go with the, and now you can see over here this is a 2D diagram is there. Okay, actual textbook type diagram, 2D diagram. Okay, so what is a pneumatic comparator? Pneumatic comparator means the air, and in a pneumatic pneumatic means, what do you mean by the pneumatic? Pneumatic means an air. Okay, so it work on the principle of an air, high pressure air, and in a pneumatic comparator the air is used for magnification of a measured reading. Magnification means what you can say, in the previous class I have told, magnifying to what you can say, extend, okay, a small movement to extend to get the scale reading. Okay, a small air is been used. The pneumatic comparator work on the principle that if any air jet is in the close proximity with the surface, then the flow of an air out of that jet is been restricted, which changes the air pressure in the system supplying the jet. So, see it works on the principle, on what principle it works, that if any proximity means what, any if just imagine if you take an compressor from where the pipe is connected, from the where the air is passing, if you open it to an exposed atmosphere, the air, how much the compressor is delivering, that much quantity of the air will pass to the atmosphere. Just imagine if you put one finger or you close that pipe by with your finger or your hand palms, what will happen? The pressure, the air passing through that pipe is been restricted. Restricted means what? It has been stopped over there. If it is been stopped, so what will happen? The air once again it goes back to the compressor and develops a pressure over there. Okay, so same phenomena is worked in this also, pneumatic air comparator, where the air is been restricted and it is been passed once again to that, through that pipe. Okay, but it it is not moving forward. If it is been stopped over there, so what will happen? It will reverse back, come back. Okay, so this is how the pneumatic comparator works. So actually with the job working or the inspection method, we will see by the diagram. Okay, that I will explain you. It works on the principle of an pressure differences. Okay, so the differences pressure, the pressure differences, on that basis it works. Okay, generated by the air flow. The air is supplied at a constant pressure through the orifice, and the air escape it escape in the form of jet through the restricted space, which exerted a back pressure. Okay, so see, when you stop the air pressure, if the air pressure is stopped over there, then once again it comes back to the reverse way in the same direction. Okay, so the pressure which is generated when the air is coming back, that is called as an back pressure. The variation in the back pressure is then used to find the dimension of the component. So then whatever the back pressure is been coming, okay, the pressure generated by the air when it comes reverse back to same pipe in the same direction, that pressure is been used for the measuring the variation of the workpiece. Variation of the workpiece means what? One standard workpiece is given with the perfect dimension and one machined workpiece. So you are going to compare the standard workpiece with the machined workpiece. Okay, so whatever the difference is there, if the workpiece is in the minus, or if the workpiece is in the plus, that differentiation is been measured by this back pressure. Okay, now let us see by the diagram how the back pressure is been used for measuring the difference between the workpiece or comparing the standard with the workpiece, that we are going to study. Now in this 2D diagram, okay, before going to the 2D diagram, I will show you the animated diagram so that you can understand easily. So see, this is what the setup is there. Okay, just now I have explained. Now you can see over here So, see, this is the workpiece is there, you have to going to check the inner diameter, inside diameter of this workpiece. So, how you are going to check the inside diameter of this workpiece? So, say from the filter the air is passed to the orifice and some amount of the air is been passed to this water tank. Okay. Then the air is been passed, due to the air pressure the water in this manometer tube is been filled and maintained the level to the upper same level of the water tank as well as manometer level. Whatever the level of the water is there in the tank, at the same level in the tube also the water is been filled. Okay. Then afterward the same air is passes through the orifice by this flexible tube to an gauging head. So, this is called as an gauging head. So, there are different types of gauging heads are there, as per the dimension you can use according to the workpiece different size of the gauging head. Okay. If 20 mm workpiece diameter you are going to measure, so you can use the 19 mm 20 mm gauging head. So, like this way different dimension different gauging heads are there, you can remove and attach the different size of the gauging head. Okay. Then next what you are going to do, once the compressor is started, when the air pressure is been started, this gauging head is having the holes which supplies the air. You can see in this diagram. You can see in this diagram, in this gauging heads having some red color spots are there, that are nothing but the holes are there. Okay. From where the air is been coming out. Okay. And that air is been allowed to pass within this workpiece, in the inner workpiece. Okay. If just imagine this is what the workpiece is there, this is what the workpiece is there. If this workpiece having a flat surface inside, so the air will pass from this side. Okay. So, the air will pass on both the side. Okay, from the upper side and the other side. Okay. From the air will pass from the both the side. Okay. So, when the air will pass from both the side, there what will happen, the air does not generate the mechanical pressure. Okay. The air does not generate the pressure. Okay. Just once again you just imagine if the air is coming out of the coming through this pipe and it is coming out of this gauge head. So, if there is no obstacles, so the air will pass out in this direction. So, see, the air will pass out in this direction. Okay. So, when the air is passing out through this direction, okay, through that inner diameter holes, okay, of that workpiece, that means what, it does not generating the back pressure. Now, I will tell you how the back pressure is being generated. Okay. And how it is used for measuring the workpiece. Just imagine if there is any of the obstacle in the workpiece, if this is the workpiece, if any of the obstacle is there in the workpiece, the gauge head will stop over here. Okay. And whatever the air is been, so say I will give in another color, this is a blue color is for the air. If there is a air is been coming out through this gauge, it will stop over here, it does not move in this direction. Okay. It will stop over here, and once again what will happen, that particular air will enter in that particular gauge head, reverse back it enters in this gauge head, it will not move forward, then it will once again pressurize the coming air to an back pressure. So, this is called as an back pressure. From over here, the same air enters into this manometer. Okay. Okay, from over here the air is entering, the water level is increasing over here. If the air is coming from this side, okay, if the, so see, the air is coming from this side, okay, air is coming from this side from the compressor, it increase the manometer level. If the air is coming from this side, it will decrease the manometer tube level. Okay. Now, the tank water level is there. Okay, over here there is a manometer tube in which the water with the back pressure is been decreases. Okay, so the difference between this both the level of an water level in the tank and the manometer is called as an delta H. This difference is nothing but it is used for the comparison with the standard. Okay, if the delta H length is 20 mm, same, okay, same procedure is been done with a standard. In that standard, okay, in that standard is an given, if the standard having the difference of water level 18 mm, okay, that is an delta H, and the job is the 20 mm. That means what, there is a 2 mm difference between the standard and the workpiece. If it is within the limit according to the requirement, 2 mm workpiece is eligible for the assembly or the production. Okay, so it is been kept, otherwise it is beyond the limit, that particular workpiece is been rejected, it is no use, that is that particular workpiece is been removed out. So, like this way the pneumatic comparators works on the back pressure principle. I hope you have understood this, how, what is the back pressure and how does the back pressure works. Okay. Now, we will go with the next concept, that is an, if you are not understanding you can interrupt me in the middle and asked, no problem, I will explain you. Okay. So, this is how the back pressure pneumatic Solex comparator works. This is called as a pneumatic Solex comparator. So, this is what the 2D diagram is there, what compressor is there, air filter, control orifice. Okay, this is a control orifice, you can see over here. When the air passes through this tank, the air bubbles are coming out. Okay, that means what, the air is coming from the compressor. Okay, over here the water level is increases up to this level initially, then afterwards some air is been passes to the, there are the small jet is given, this is a flexible tube. Okay, this is a work head measuring, and this is what the workpiece. If the workpiece having no obstacle, you can see over air is passing, escaping outside, it is passing outside. If there is an obstacle, the gauge head is not moving forward, then what will happen, whatever the air is there, once again it enters through this jet by the means of flexible tube, it comes and pressurizes the manometer, whatever the water is there in the manometer at the downside. You can see over here a small h is given, that is the difference of an manometer, and over here you can see the dip tube is there. Dip tube means what, in which the air is been supplied, okay, by the tube which the air is been supplied.